Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's jump into the video right here, right now. 1019. I know it's looking like it might be the bottom. I know some people have been saying, hey, do you think this is the bottom right here? Looks like it's holding. Shades looks like it might be the bottom. And I'm like, guys. This stock ran from a low of 40s, 0.40 by the way, 40 cents, to a high of 21. Dropped 50%. Where are the buyers? Where are the buyers? Buyers are stepping in today. I agree with that. They did step in today. But it's not a big green candle like this. It's not a big green candle. There's no strength here, is what I'm trying to say. Where's the strength from buyers? We should have seen a huge recovery. I know some people told me, hey, Shades, watch out. It dropped 50%. It's gonna bounce huge. The market's gonna rally. You just wait, Friday. We're just gonna recover most of the move that it dropped. Unfortunately, that's not the case. As you can see on the left-hand side, a lot of red, a lot of stocks barely green. I think robotic stocks and quantum are the ones that are barely holding on. But red everywhere, red. Bitcoin miners, Bitcoin barely holding on. S&P 500 representation of the top 500 companies. Yeah, it broke down, and it's not holding that bottom. Let's see if it holds it, though. It can maybe recover towards the end of the day. Maybe buyers really step in. But if they don't, this is the first time we've seen in a long time the stock the S&P 500 just not holding. The top 500 companies can't, they're just underperforming. They're dropping, and people are selling. And if this is going to continue, guess what? If the top 500 companies are struggling, what do you think is going to happen to everything else? That's why you're seeing all this blood. Nvidia, I believe, is bloody too, right? Barely holding on here. If it doesn't hold on for dear life, we're coming on down. So with regards to Rigetti and the quantum computing sector, I wouldn't get too excited right now about this little green candle. This doesn't mean anything. Let me just show you color stock, because some people were telling me about color stock. They were excited about color. Oh my god, or cooler, or whatever you want to call it. They were excited because of this little green candle here. Like, oh my god, this is it. We're gonna bounce. We're gonna come back to $5. Woo! And that was nothing more than a pullback in the downtrend, and it continued, as you can see. So that's why I'm telling you, exercise caution. Because if we look at the other quantum computing stocks alongside Rigetti, they're showing a little more weakness, right? Red candle for QBTS, barely holding on, barely green. Technically, it's a red candle. And then you look at Rigetti, like I said, barely holding green here. IonQ, barely holding green. And if you look at the quantum ETF, it's red. So you get what I'm saying here? Like, you're seeing still a lot of uncertainty or downside. And for those of you who don't know, I like buying big bottoms. The whole motto of this channel is slap that big ass at the big bottom. But where's the big bottom? There's no big bottom yet. The next best entry point is the MACD crossover, but we have not gotten that on Rigetti or even IonQ. None of them have done this. And I showed this as an example. Let me see Seals Q. I think Seals HQ. No. Seals HQ is showing the most strength, but still. It's still in a downtrend, right? It's still in a downtrend. Remember that if it's in a downtrend, any pullback is exactly that. It's a pullback in the downtrend. Just like there's dip buying opportunities in an uptrend, there's pullbacks in the downtrend. And I think people forget that. They get, like, they're so bullish that they forget. They're bullish, like, at the wrong time. Like, they're so bullish in a downtrend that any little pullback in the downtrend, they think it's like, oh my god, this is it, the next big run. But the reality is just a pullback in the downtrend before it continues lower, like I showed you with color stock. So right now, the overall quantum computing sector, I think it's doing exactly what I would expect. It's buyers stepping in, but the question is, will it hold, or is this just another pullback in the downtrend and it's going to continue down lower? So I advise you to wait for the crossover on the MACD. That's what I've been telling people. Like, guys, you don't want to be the sucker. I just showed this as an example. Where's Sybil here? This stock pumped to 2 cents, right? Then it crossed under on the MACD, and it dropped from 2 cents to a low of 0.005. So imagine just averaging down, because you don't have a strategy. You're just like, oh my god, I'm just going to average down. Well, It has not come back up for you, unfortunately, because it keeps getting pushed down at 1-2. But you got the first crossover on the MACD on this big green candle. Let me show you in video. This isn't just penny stocks. Let me show you in video. A crossover on the MACD here. White line crosses over the yellow line. Big green candle. It's almost like it's a pattern, not just with penny stocks, but also with the big boys. Crossover happens here, right here. Nice big green candle. That's your entry point. So if you're patient and disciplined, and I'm giving you like the easiest entry point signal, which is the crossover in the MACD, you'll avoid averaging down from highs all the way down here, and then you buy in actually a 008 on Civil stock instead of 195 and averaging down. That is the power of the MACD. The problem is most people don't have patience and discipline to wait for the signal. So, funny enough, they're more than happy to be patient and disciplined in terms of averaging down. But I like getting the best bang for my buck. So I can wait. And we haven't seen, again, we have not seen strength from buyers. There's no strength in this candle. If it was a big green candle, then I'd be like, whoa, buyers really stepping in today. No, sellers are still here. Sellers are still here. But the quantum computing sector is the one showing most strength right now. And no one should be surprised after that drop. But you would think that after this big 50% drop, you would think we would kind of like recover most of this, right? You would think we would maybe bounce from 10 to 15 or something, or 10 to 12, but instead we actually dropped to 843. Buyers stepped in finally, but still barely holding on. So what I'm showing you is there's just a lot of weakness right now. As good as it looks like, ooh, a green candle, buyers stepping in, you look at the overall market and you look at quantum computing sector as a whole, and you're like, well, it's still kind of showing weakness here. It's still weak. Like buyers aren't showing up with strength, and I need to see that. And seeing, and the crossover usually indicates volume. It usually indicates upside and indicates buyers are in control or taking control or trying to take control of the share price. The last time we got a crossover was way back when it was sitting at 273, and you can see here on that crossover it gapped up from 171 to 270, and it gapped up with 274 million in volume, and there was strength behind the move, and that was preceded by this entire big move to $20. So that's the power of the MACD. And a lot of people just don't have patience and discipline. I'm so shocked at how many people aren't willing to wait. Just wait and you'll get the best bang for your buck. You're not going to be able to time the absolute bottom on some stocks. On some stocks you will, like Sybil and AITX. For those of you who don't know, I timed the bottom on this one. I told everyone, hey, buy down here. It's at the bottom. And then it pumped and we made our money. And we're just going to rinse and repeat, right? Keep abusing that big bottom. AITX, big bottom down here. It's held for over a year. We just buy it down there and we dump it when it pumps. We make our 50%, 40%, 80%, 20%, 300%, whatever the case may be, whatever the market gives us. So you can time the bottom on some stocks. Some you have to wait for the MACD. So I'm just showing you all this so you hopefully learn, because I know some people can learn, and unfortunately there are people who can't learn, and they continue to make mistakes like averaging down from tops. I saved a lot of people from buying up here and holding a big 50% bag, and right now I'm telling you, hopefully I save you from averaging down thinking $10 is the bottom. Let's wait for the market to reveal that bottom. Let's wait for it to show us the big bottom. Let's wait for the MACD crossover to show us that there will be strength from buyers. The easiest strategy, I'm giving it to you. I don't care. I will give my strategies out because I don't care. Most people don't have the patience and discipline, unfortunately. Wait for that crossover. This is like guys, seriously, imagine a YouTuber telling you, hey, here's the strategy. MACD, slap it on the chart, 12.26.4, confirm, there you go, wait for the crossover. So simple. No crazy indicators and EMMAs and moving averages and VWAPs and RSI and oh my god, look at the volume and the RSI combined with the MACD, and then if you check out this stochastic combined with the Bollinger Bands, like none of that nonsense. We keep it simple, we keep it sweet. That's it for the video, guys. I'm still bullish long term on RGTI, and I told you guys, what did I tell you? I was indecisive up here because I'm like, I don't know if I want to buy here. This doesn't make sense. But I'm glad I'm glad I listened to my strategy. Because that's the reason I didn't buy. I'm like, my strategy says don't buy, so I'm not buying. So, saved a lot of people, and I hope you get the best entry point possible with my MACD strategy. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm going to jump in and start averaging down at that point. You never want to average down from the top. You am averaging down from halfway point. That's not a bad idea. Let me put it that way. All right, guys, that's it for the video. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know if you're learning. If you're in the Discord, let me know how it's going, because you've been learning a lot. I've been teaching a lot in that Discord with so many members joining. A lot of people learning how to play the game correctly and take losses and be okay with exercising patience and discipline, because that's what the market rewards. All right, guys. See you in the next one.